Oreimo time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the Figma number 99. It's Kirino Kousaka from, the self-titled Oreimo, and one of the more iconic figures in recent history. Now, the anime has been a long time ago, but I remember this was one of the things that everybody talked about. So I needed to get the Figma. Also, it's number 99, which is pretty funny. This is pre-owned though, so that's why the box is already banged up. Let's see how well the figure looks. Oreimo Schoolgirls is something that Figma does very well. I feel like they haven't done it in a while though, but there's kind of like a lack. There's a lack of Oreimo Schoolgirls. Am I right? So, she stands at about, to the top of her head, 13 centimeters, which means we're going up to a little over 5 inches, 5.1. Overall look and detail of the figure. She got the blue eyes and the rosy cheeks. Oreimo eyes look good. You got different faces, and her hair clips are also in there, which are very uncleanly painted. This is not even straight at all, but I love the expression face. I mean, I give him props for that. And as far as the hair sculpt goes, now, okay, you might be saying I'm nitpicking here, but I think it's a little bit too dark. She's got like super bright hair in the Oreimo, like almost orange. With this one, I feel like they didn't hit the nail on the head with the hair. But you know, that's just, as I'm saying, nitpicking. Not a real complaint, just something to notice. Something that I noticed more exactly. Then you got the school uniform. It has tons of more detail in it. And the blue is not cleanly painted. Wow, this is really rough over here. Quality control strikes again, even on old Figmas. I usually had good old Figmas when it comes to quality control. This one is really just disconnecting left and right. Alright, cool. I mean, it is pre-owned. Then again, the sticker was still on the box. You know, it seemed like it was still factory sealed. But whatever. So, looks good, except for, I mean, the paint slips. Those don't look good. She got little small boobies, and I mention that only because it really differentiates all them schoolgirls from each other. And you have, it's also kind of short. There's still some skin tone under there. If you raise it up, and then the skirt is a little bit flowing. You have the kind of cut up skirt, and I mean, I've only shown it, but it's pantsuit time! Regular white pantsuit, it's nothing too special. But there it is. There's the butt. Also, let me lift that up. So you can have all the views of the figure. Everything that's there, I show you. And down to the regular brown shoes and the socks, which are only painted on. This is not molded on and has a tiny bit of bleeding. It's not the cleanest, but nothing too bad. Very standard articulation as well. Ball hinge at the head. Goes forward nicely. It doesn't really go to the back because it's blocked by... And then the arm goes off again. Because it's blocked by the hair, it doesn't really go to the back. And has a little bit of wiggle motion, but doesn't really tilt side to side. As the face is falling off, she's coming apart completely. Now, also has some side-to-side rotation. Doesn't go all the way around, once again, because of the hair. Got the double ball combination. In the shoulder, you got one small ball in the torso and another ball hinge on the shoulder itself. So you can bring that up, if I can do it actually. Let me pull this down a little bit. I can't. Now there we go. Down. It does go up. Do we have rotation? Yeah, a little bit rotation at the bicep. Ball hinge in the shoulder and a simple hinge on the fist, as was the standard. For old school Figmas, you can also rotate that around. Then we got another ball joint at the torso. The legs are once again on ball joints, so you can bring that out to the side. Goes all the way up since the skirt is cut up. Doesn't get in the way. Goes forward. Goes to the back. Has some rotation in it. And then we got a simple ball hinge at the knee. And another small ball hinge for the foot. Goes forward to the back. And does tilt side to side. Oh so slightly. For the accessories, you got a bunch of interesting stuff. Let's start off with the regular stuff though, the boring stuff. The open hands, pointy fingers, holding hands, and this one kind of posing hand where she just kind of has the her pointy finger a little bit lifted up. Then we got the faces, I love the expression faces, and that was really important to me for this figure in particular. You got the smiling face, and the one with her snaggle tooth. Great stuff. Always has the rosy cheeks, so that's good. She's supposed to have those. Then we got the crossed arm feature, but that's something that Figure Arts just does a lot better. Why to make it 2 pieces? I don't get it. Just make it like this. But no, instead there's like a middle piece, and then you kind of slide it in, but then the hand isn't really lined up. As you can tell, this hand is completely deformed. It's really just made. You can't just have... That's the thing. You can't just pose it with one arm. That makes no sense, because this one's cut off, and this one has a smushed hand, and another ghost hand that kind of grabs onto it, so... Yeah. I don't know why, I just don't know why they're doing it like that. Then we got a bag, school bag, regular stuff. It is nicely painted for the most part. Has some slips though. I mean, I like the zipper. Well, then again, that one's ugly too. Never mind, you know what? I'll take it back. The paint job on this bag is not good. So yeah, moving on. Then we got feet. Just like, it looks like her socks, so I'm guessing this is just, you know, barefoot. Not really barefoot because she's still wearing socks, so it's sock foot. That makes no sense. Then we got 2 white pieces of plastic. Very exciting. But no, those actually have a purpose, because you get manga stickers. You just put that over it and it looks like a manga, because she's an otaku. Sad thing though, they only did 2 variations, which they just reposted, reprinted on there 3 times each, so, you know, it's there. And then finally you got the Figma base and the Figma back, which is somewhere in the back. There it is. Standard stuff. So, before I go, a couple of things to note. She has soft plastic hair in the front, so that does not get in the way. And a little bit of a nitpick by myself. She has the hole for her base in the back, and there is no one in the hair. Like with some of the Lucky Star figures, you had like the one hair which you could take off, and then you had a hole for the base. You don't have that here, so that limits her hat movement even more. So final thoughts of this figure, she's okay. It's kind of like a faulty figure. Engineering doesn't look so great. I mean, Figma, it's 99. It's Figma 99, let's not forget that. But it still kind of looks ugly in the elbows. Depending on how you rotate it, you can hide it a little bit. And I'm really not a big fan of the simple hinge in the hand. Also, it just kind of looks weird how it just that stops in the forearm. And the pack just also sticks out on this side. But, I mean, it's an old Figma. But you have so many schoolgirls that she kind of only stands out because of the character herself. I love the design of Kirino, and that's why I got the figure, really. And, man, I mean, also, the accessories. You got your own, you can make your own little manga, and you got the barefoot, and you got the crossed arms, even though it's not executed as well. And that's kind of like the entire problem of the figure. It looks good overall, but it's not executed as well. So overall, it's okay. You can get her if you like the design, but I wouldn't pay too much for it. And that's really my final verdict. That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Kirino wants.